Hello there. I am so excited to share with you what I've learned about Google Ads because it's literally changed my life. And I know that that sounds alarming or dramatic, but the reality is that it's true. The quick version of the story and why I'm so passionate about Google Ads and teaching other wedding business owners about Google Ads is because a long time ago, when I was in my late 20s and early 30s and I was just starting out in the wedding industry, I was entrepreneurial and I was going out there to the Chamber of Commerce and all these meetings and telling everyone about my business because I wanted to find people who wanted to book my services. And I was pushing my business on everyone that I knew and everyone that I could. And I was really, really good at it. But what happened was I got really burnt out because between trying to promote my business and doing all that effort in person and then going and running my business and providing the services that we were providing, I was just burnt out. I was constantly working. And I stumbled across a course on Google Ads that taught me about how to reach people who were actively searching for my services. Instead of me pushing my services on people, I could connect with people who were Googling for our services. And I thought, well, that makes a lot of sense. So I took the course, and long story short, fast forward many, many years later, it literally changed my life because not only did I learn how to use Google Ads to promote our business and save myself tons of time and get myself out of a place of burnout, but I began teaching other businesses in the wedding industry, other business owners, and helping them with their Google Ads. And now I have an awesome team of great folks here at the I Do Society who create and promote other businesses in the wedding industry across the United States and help them connect with couples and brides who want to book their services and who are actively looking for it. And it's literally changing every business owner's life as well. And it makes me so excited and so grateful to be able to teach about it. So we're just going to dive right in and start here in our first slide. So let's do it. Here's our roadmap for what we're going to cover. We're going to start out by sharing with you some really important things that you should know before you even consider beginning a Google Ads campaign. And once you know those things and you've got some foundation built, we're going to talk about how to create great ads that work, that are effective, and we're going to complete the presentation by sharing my favorite part, which is how to use the data that the Google Ads platform gives you to get more results, to spend less money, to get more leads, to even gather some information for your business that you can use in other areas of your business. It's my absolute favorite part. We will get there. I'm really excited for it. But let's start out first by talking about some things that you need to know before you begin a Google Ads campaign. This is the first and most fundamental question that we should discuss before even talking about building out ads. Why should we advertise on Google? I shared a little bit about this in my introduction, how Google is the place where people have search intent. It's the place where people are actively searching for a business like yours. They want answers to their questions, they want solutions, they want to find vendors for their wedding, and there's nothing like it out there. There's nothing like a Google search to connect your business with people who are actively looking to eventually book your services. It's so different than any other platform. And so foundationally, that search intent is the biggest reason why Google Ads is the most powerful place to begin promoting your business in advertising capacity. Another question that I'm asked all the time is, which is better? Where should I focus my efforts? Should I do Google? Should I do Facebook, Instagram, TikTok? Well, the truth is that each of these platforms is completely unique, and there really isn't an apples to apples comparison for this, and I can't say that one is better than the other. Because of the search intent on Google that exists, which is very different than Facebook and Instagram and TikTok, there's no one searching on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok for a wedding professional or wedding vendors, right? But Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok are incredibly visual and they can convey powerful emotion through images and videos. It makes those platforms great as well. It's just that there's no search intent there like there is on Google Ads. So they're very different. None is better than the other. In an ideal world, your business would advertise on all of these platforms to reach people in multiple places multiple times. But that's not always the reality for folks who are just beginning or just getting started with advertising. And that's totally okay. So, knowing that each of these platforms are completely unique and completely different, the next logical question, because there are only so many hours in the day and only so many dollars in the bank account, is if I can only afford to run ads on which one platform, which should I start with? Well, we always recommend starting with Google Ads because of that search intent, because folks are actively searching for wedding professionals there, and because folks are looking to plan their wedding and solve those problems using the search intent of Google. It just is ground zero for making sure that the most people who are more likely and more ready to book your services are finding you quickly and efficiently. Another great question that folks ask is if I run Google Ads, will it help my organic SEO? And I wish that the answer was yes, but unfortunately it's no. The ads platform and organic search engine optimization and your organic ranking on Google are completely separate. Technically, but I do feel like there is actually a real human experience to share here, how it does help your business in a sort of an SEO capacity. And here's how: when you're running a Google Ads campaign and searching, and people are searching for a business like yours, your ad shows up, people discover your business, they see your business name, they may click on your ad and visit your website and learn more about your business, or maybe they just see your ad and they see your business name and they don't click on it and they move on and find something else. But the more your ad shows up and the more people see you, the more likely they are to come back and search your business name organically. And that therefore your website does come up at the top of a Google search result when they search for your business name. And so people are seeing you multiple times on Google search results. Sometimes they're seeing you in the ads and taking action there. Sometimes after they've learned about you, they're seeing you organically. And so although there is no technical connection between these two efforts, paid ads and organic SEO, there is a real world experience that customers or potential couples go through when they're searching and interacting with Google that can help your organic SEO in the long run. And then, of course, you're going to want to know, how much does it cost? Well, this is a really cool part about Google Ads. It is a pay per click platform, which means you set a budget, you set a daily budget, and Google will never go over that daily budget and spend more than you've allocated. If people see your ad, take interest, and like, I want to check you out, and they click through to your website, you do pay Google for that click. If they don't click on your ad, you don't pay Google. There's nothing here where you're paying just for ad impressions. You're paying for people to take action to visit your website and learn more about you and possibly convert and become a lead on your website. So the answer, how much does it cost, really depends, and it's different for a lot of folks. But any small business in the wedding industry starting out really should start out with a budget of about $500 per month, which breaks down to about $16 a day, a little more than $16 a day. Because when you spend a little bit of money each day, you get that data and you get to find out what works and what doesn't work, and figure it all out. So you can kind of dip your toe in the water without breaking the bank. And the great part is, again, it is pay per click. So you're only paying when people click to your website. And there's a lot of ways to control the campaign and control your budget so that you're getting leads for the money that you're spending. And the cost is up to you, and it doesn't have to be outrageous. Now that you've got answers to those super important questions to know before you get started with a Google Ads campaign, I want to talk about some pitfalls to avoid too, because there are quite a few of them, but there's some foundational ones that are really important to understand and know. The first one is that Google Ads is built for enterprise level businesses like Target and Starbucks and McDonald's. And there is so much to this advertising platform that you, as a small business, just don't need. Google realized that as the platform grew over the years, and they created what are called smart campaigns and these automations and things to make it really easy for small businesses like you to uh, download the Google app, enter a little bit of information like your website and a couple of keyword concepts, and then off you go. Google will take care of the rest. Well, the reality is that these smart campaigns and these automated recommendations and all those things that go into just making it easy for you just to do it are really bad and really evil. Google does not know your business. Its algorithms don't know your business. They don't understand your business, and there is a whole world of waste there. It's a whole separate presentation, but I just want to present this information to you that knowing and using the full Google Ads platform is the most important thing you can do if you're going to run a Google Ads campaign to get the most for the money that you spend and not waste any money. On the same token, there are Google representatives, folks who will call your business once you start running ads and they say, "Hey, I'm calling from Google." And they do call from Google. They are actually working for Google. But the truth is that these folks, just like the automations and the algorithms, they don't know your business. They don't really know the details of the wedding industry, and they really have one job, and that's to make Google more money. And these folks can be helpful and kind and nice, but because they don't know your business and they don't know how to run a small business, they think that oftentimes they think every business should just spend more money because they'll get more clicks, but that's not really the way to do it. And so when you get phone calls from these folks, it's important to be nice to them, and it's great that they're calling and they want to help, but the reality is that just let those phone calls go and don't listen to their recommendations, because oftentimes the recommendations are not based on understanding the wedding industry and understanding your business. um, The next part is talking about how advertising and your other marketing efforts work. It is really important for people to see you in multiple places multiple times. It is uncommon for someone to search on Google for a business like yours, click on your ad, visit your website, and submit a payment. It just doesn't happen that way. And this could be, again, a whole other presentation, which we're not going to go into, but Google Ads is really powerful and it will work to generate lots of great leads for your business. You need to convert those leads into sales. That's a whole separate conversation too. But the point I want to make here is that if you're just going to run Google Ads and think, oh, I'm just going to run Google Ads and do nothing else to promote my business, that isn't going to work and it isn't the way to do it. People need to see you in multiple places, multiple times. And then for this last bit, I'm going to move myself out of the way here. Mobile, 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 mobile. And I just beat that dead horse because we see campaign data from thousands of campaigns. We oversee millions of dollars in advertising spend, and we see the difference in what happens on mobile devices, what versus what happens on desktop. It is so important to think mobile first and think about how people are seeing your ads and your website on a mobile device versus desktop, because more conversions and less expensive conversions often happen on mobile devices instead of desktop devices. And most people are searching and doing a lot of their initial work in the whole world of Google and planning their wedding on the mobile device. So really important to consider that and to know that. So here is our key takeaway for this segment of our presentation. You are responsible for the success of your campaign and understanding the Google Ads platform so that you can spend the least amount of money and get the most results. You saw that there's a lot of pitfalls to avoid. You saw how Google is different from Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, how Google has such powerful search intent. So it's really great information, but the key takeaway I want to really go with here and make sure that you understand is that automations and other people are not responsible for the success of your campaign. The platform is amazing and it's powerful and it's going to do great things for you, but ultimately you are responsible for understanding it or working with someone who does understand it intimately. Now that we've talked about some of the hard stuff and the pitfalls to avoid and got some answers to those really good questions, let's actually jump into the good, juicy stuff of this presentation and talk about how to create ads that work. Because there is a recipe for this, and it is not easy, and there's a lot of learning that you will do, like I did way in the beginning when I didn't know what I was doing and spending a lot of my own money. Well, fortunately, we've spent a lot of money, we've overseen a ton of campaigns and seen the data, and we know how to create ads that work. So let us dive right into that now. So I want to talk first about the fact that there are different types of Google Ads inside the Google Ads platform. You can see them here, and we're going to go through and I'm going to share with you what these all mean. First, search ads. You can see here there's a green box around what's called a search ad. This is a search for a bridal fair. You can see the ad shows up. It's very text heavy. There aren't really any images or anything going on here. It's just simply a keyword entered and an ad that has that same keyword in it, which helps someone find exactly what they're looking for when they search on Google with keywords. And let's move on to shopping ads. These are product-based ads. It's really uncommon in the wedding industry. Most wedding professionals or businesses don't sell a product on their website in an e-commerce sort of way, but shopping ads do exist. And one example would be looking for wedding dresses. If someone's searching for long sleeve wedding dresses, you can see that there's search ads on the left of the screen, but in red, in that red box, there's actually shopping ads where someone can click on that ad, go to a website, and make a purchase of that wedding dress. Not really common, like I said, in the wedding industry, but it's important to know that they exist. The type of ads we see here circled in red are display ads, and these are ads that show up on different websites across the internet that Google puts these visual display ads out onto. They are not search ads, right? There's no one. They're not shown to people who are searching for that information at that time, but they're placed based on audiences and relevancy. You can see that here's a news article from the New York Times about the rise of the millennial prenup, and then there's wedding show ads showing up as displaying in this article. So they're a little bit interruptive. They're not based on search intent, and they do exist. And I'm actually going to skip over YouTube because everyone knows what YouTube is. And a video ad is an ad that runs on YouTube before the video plays. Like, say you want to look at a cat video and a Friskies commercial runs for 15 seconds and you have to wait through that. Those are no good in the wedding industry either. So shopping display YouTube ads are really not the type of ads you want to run. You want to focus all of your effort on search ads because of the intent. People are typing in keywords and looking for businesses like yours to find and discover and visit your website. The key takeaway here is that you only want to run search campaigns only. Don't worry about those other types of ads. Don't let Google's automated system, when you're setting up your campaign, say, hey, you should also throw a few dollars into the display campaign. Don't do it. Just focus on search ads only. The next step in our journey here, since we're only focused on search campaigns, is talking about the keywords that we're going to use in the campaigns to make sure that the right people who are looking find us. And on the screen, I'm going to share a couple of slides with different examples of keyword concepts. Concepts on the left versus concepts on the right. And we're going to dive right in and we're going to talk about the difference between these types of keywords and why there's a really, really big need to focus on the correct keywords in different examples. So we'll go through at this slide a wedding planner. We'll look at different examples in a second. On the left, we have a set of keywords where people are searching for the person, a wedding planner, or a wedding planner in Chicago, or whatever city it is. On the right, the keywords are talking simply about wedding planning or how to plan a wedding. Now, if you haven't dug into Google Ads or haven't really thought this through a whole lot, if you're a wedding planner, you may put all four of these keyword concepts into your campaign and think like, oh, if someone's searching for wedding planning, I definitely want to show up. The truth is that you actually don't. You want to only show up when people are looking for you as a person, as a professional. People who are looking and searching for how to plan a wedding, they're way too far up the funnel. They don't maybe even think they need a planner. Only focus on people who are looking for you as a professional. And you can see the difference in these keyword concepts. It makes a huge difference because when you focus your money on people who are looking for the planner themselves, you're not wasting money on teaching people how to plan their own wedding. You're going to catch the people who are looking to pay you to help plan their wedding. Let's do this with wedding shows. A lot of shows that we work with, we end up cleaning up their campaigns if they come to us and did it themselves, and they search for they put keyword concepts into the campaign like wedding dresses, wedding planning, cakes, and things like that. Because in their mind, their intent is, oh, if there's a bride or a couple or grooms who are searching on Google for these things, we have all these things at our bridal show, and we can sell them a ticket to come find it. The reality of this is that people who are searching for wedding cakes, they want to find websites about wedding cakes. Any other component of their wedding, they want to find a website about that. They don't want to come to your wedding show yet. They don't know. Well, they may know that your wedding show has cakes and displays and things like that. But in that moment, when they're searching for cakes or planning or dresses or venues or whatever it is, they want to find that right then and there. So if you're a wedding show, you don't want to put in these peripheral concepts. You actually want to focus just on keyword concepts that are what you have to offer and who you are. That is what is going to spend your money on Google really well and sell the most tickets or book exhibitors if that's your goal. Let's talk about wedding venues. Same thing. It's a little bit more gray, but here's some examples. Wedding venue ideas or wedding venue decor. You'd think, oh, I'm a wedding venue. I want to run ads for these keyword concepts because if people are looking for ideas in decor, boy, we have a lot to share with them. And you really, really do. And that's okay. But the truth is you don't want to bid on those keywords. You want to bid only on keywords that are related to your business. And sometimes even the phrase wedding venue is too broad. Maybe you want to be more specific about the keywords you put in your Google Ads campaign as a venue, like outdoor venue, rustic wedding venue, barn wedding venue, chic downtown venue, right? You get the idea. People are searching for specific types of venues, or maybe a venue in a specific location, and make sure those are your keyword concepts and not those peripheral concepts of people who are just looking for ideas or decor or things like that. All right, let's talk about bridal stores. This is really powerful if you're a bridal store, and Brides who are searching for the dresses and the gowns themselves are looking for different styles. They're unsure of what they want. They don't know. Um, uh, they're looking for different designers. So those are not good keywords to start out with in your Google Ads campaign. You want to focus on brides who are typing into Google and looking for a store or wedding dress shop or bridal shop or whatever it is, that phrase that you use, right? To search for a place to book an appointment, because that means they've kind of got a concept of what they like and what they want. And now they're looking for a place to book an appointment. And you're no longer spending your money on educating them on what types of dresses exist. So focus on store, shop, location. There's all sorts of ways to put keywords into Google for a bridal store. Let's move on to wedding photographer idea. And this is really specific too, right? Wedding photography, no good. People are looking at different styles. They're like figuring it out. If they're looking for a wedding photographer, they're looking for the person who provides that service. You get the idea. I'm beating a dead horse here. I'm going to make myself a little bit smaller so you can see this. Let's do this. I'll move myself out of the way. Sorry about that. In Google, when you're putting these keyword concepts into your campaign, you can create different groups of ads that are related to each unique keyword concept. You'll see here in the example that we are showing ad groups and keyword concepts for a wedding show. There's a lot of different ways to say this. Just like bridal store, wedding dress shop, wedding dress store, there's a lot of different ways to say that. For every vendor category in the wedding industry, there's many different ways that people say who you are and what you do. And when you create a campaign by separating those concepts out into their own ad groups with very specific keyword concepts, and you run your campaign, you can see you get all this data here. You can compare how many clicks on bridal show happened versus bridal event, or wedding fair versus wedding expo. You can see your click costs here. You can even see conversion data, which we'll get into later. But what this does, by breaking it down into specific groups of ads and specific groups of keyword concepts, is it gives you the data to make decisions for your business. If for any reason you need to cut your budget back, you can use this data to find out, okay, what's our lowest cost per click? What's our lowest cost per conversion? And you can kind of shave some of the fat off of that and use this data to do better with your ad campaigns. It is incredibly powerful. So here's our key takeaway, is that we only want to bid on keyword concepts that indicate interest in your business and not anything peripheral. Don't bid on concepts that aren't really focused on folks who are searching for you specifically. All right, so now that you've got your plan in place for which keyword concepts to focus on in building your campaign, let's talk about how to create a great, effective ad that works really well. We're going to use the example here of a wedding show, but the concepts I'm going to teach can be applied to any sort of business in the wedding industry. And the first part is this, is that people are searching for those specific keywords, and you want to make sure when you have your ad groups with those specific keywords in them, that you create ads that match the keyword concepts very specifically. So in this case, someone searched for a bridal fair. So in the bridal fair ad group, the ad that you're going to create includes the word bridal fair in the very first headline, so that people who see this think, okay, I found exactly what I'm looking for. Even though it's an ad, and a lot of people have an aversion to clicking on ads, if the ad is helpful and is relevant, the most important lesson here is that this is the most relevant because it says bridal fair right there. They're going to be like, ooh, this is exactly what I was looking for. I might just click on this. It's because it's what I was looking for. The second part to this is if you are able to include an offer in your ad campaign to sweeten the deal. Now, it doesn't have to be a discount or a free ticket. The example here is a free ticket for the wedding show, which makes a lot of sense. And there's a promo code there, which really works so powerfully. But if you're not able to offer something for free, that's okay. The concept here is that promoting something of value that the person who is searching for you will resonate with the person who's searching for you and help sweeten the deal is going to get a lot more of them to click your ad and to be interested in your business. So in this case, obviously it's a free ticket, but there's so many different ways. Think through an offer that you can do for your business, which is relevant to your audience, and include that offer in your ad campaign and in your ad copy. Another really important part are what are called extensions. And here you can see site link extensions. What these are is a link that goes to a deeper page on your website. maybe the headline of your ad or the ad itself links to your homepage because that's where people are first learning about you and discovering you. But you can also include these site link extensions in your ads so that if people are just ready to buy the tickets, or maybe they're an exhibitor and they search for a bridal fair and they're not interested in that free ticket promo code because they're an exhibitor, they can click on that little link that says exhibitors and go to the exhibitor page on your website. Every single business in the wedding industry has a website with sub pages on it, maybe the About Us page or the Contact Us page or the Book an Appointment page or Book a Tour page. Or you know what one works really well is a gallery page of images of whatever it is that you have to offer, whether that's cakes or you're a venue or photography examples. That one's really powerful to get people to go right to a page on your site that allows people to see your work right away. And here's an example of how actually your Google Ads and your SEO can work together. If you have a Google My Business listing, it will show up. It may show up in the search result as well. And here, these are two separate things. The ad, which is in green on the left, is completely separate than the Google My Business listing here on the right. But if we look at what's happening here, by placing an ad and having a good Google My Business listing, this particular business is taking up a lot of real estate on the screen and they're catching a lot of attention. And maybe folks don't click on the ad, maybe they click on the website button on the Google My Business listing, but there's so much more credibility that is lent to them by showing up in multiple places on this screen. And then you don't save money on the click. You actually get someone to click on your Google My Business listing for free, and that ad helped promote your business but didn't cost you a single penny. So here's the key takeaway is that effective ads include that keyword match, the keyword and headline match, bridal fair in the keyword concept, search, and bridal fair in the headline, plus lots of extensions. And if you can, include an offer in your ad as well to sweeten the deal and get more people to click on it. Awesome. So we're now in the home stretch, and I hope that you have learned a little bit so far and feel a little bit better about creating ads and understanding how to create a great Google Ads campaign. It's actually not that hard to do once you have the right foundation and the right understanding. Now, this next section, we're going to talk about using the data to get more results. This is my absolute favorite part about the Google Ads platform, is that there is a ton of data for us to use to learn how to reach more people and get more leads at a lower cost per lead. So let us dive in. There, like I said before earlier, the Google Ads platform is created for enterprise scale businesses, and there are tons of metrics and tons and tons and tons of data that is useful for really, really large businesses. But as a small local business who's trying to reach couples who are booking and planning their weddings, there are certain pieces of data which are more important than others. And I'm going to share those with you here, starting out with the first piece of data called search impression share. And what search impression share is a calculation out of 100% of the people who search for the keywords in your campaign, what percentage of them were you able to reach with your ad campaign? In this case, you can see that this campaign reached 81, almost 82% of the people who were searching on Google for their keywords. That's actually really, really good. The reason no business will actually ever reach 100%. It's very rare. It just doesn't happen because there's competitors for keywords. There's other people advertising, and Google doesn't ever give one business 100% search impression share. But the more search impression share you get means the more people you're reaching who are searching for your keywords. And you can also find out why didn't we reach the other 19% of those people. Search loss impression share by budget is the metric here that we've highlighted in red that says, hey, you know what? We weren't able to reach about 10 or 11% of the people who were searching for our keywords because we just didn't have enough daily budget. So the takeaway here is that we're using this metric called search impression share to find out if we're reaching everyone in our area who's searching for our business. And this is really powerful. Another great metric to pay attention to is click-through rate. Click-through rate is a measure of taking those ads that did show up, 100% of the ads that did show, what percentage of people who saw that ad actually clicked on it. Now, click-through rate on the big picture is an indicator of are the ads that we're running helpful? Are they relevant? Are people finding them interesting? The higher the click-through rate indicates the more relevance, the more helpfulness, and the more interesting people think the ads are, and they click through to your website. Now, on Google Ads, a click-through rate of 2% is average. And that sounds crazy, but I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that people do have an aversion to ads, and a lot of people don't click on ads because it's like, oh, it's an ad. I hate it. They don't realize that you're a great person, that you're a small business, and that you're just there to help them. So it is what it is. But that's why a low average or low percentage is actually average for pretty much every industry, and especially in the wedding industry, 2% click-through rate is pretty average. But by creating ads and keyword concepts like I've shown you in this presentation, you can actually get much higher click-through rates. A click-through rate of 38%, almost 40%, means that more than 1 out of every 3 people saw the ad and clicked on it, and that is phenomenal. And you can get click-through rates that are high and helpful and relevant just like this by employing the strategies that I've shared with you in this presentation. Now let's talk about conversions, and let's get my big head out of the way here because this is really important. So let's move over here. So conversion measurement in Google Ads allows you to track what people do on your website when they take a valuable action. This is again is an example of a wedding show, and you can see there's a lot of different ways that someone might convert on the website, like buying a ticket or clicking to call, or there's a site registration down there where people may register on the website for more information about other things unrelated to the wedding show. If there's like downloads or planning sheets or things like that. Anyway, you get the idea. Every business in our industry has a website, and there are different ways that people can convert on your website to become a lead and call you. All of those can be measured. And you can see from your campaign how many conversions you got from your ad campaign. In this case, we were promoting a wedding show, and you can see the number of ticket purchases, you can see the number of phone calls, all that good stuff. A little note there, local actions. This is when your ad campaign helps promote your Google My Business listing. Your ads actually show up on Google Maps. When people are using Google Maps to search, your ads will show up there. They don't look like ads, it's really powerful. So you can see a lot of people are taking local actions to get directions to the show in this case, or other engagements like clicking on the phone icon in your Google My Business listing. It is a little bit complicated, and it's probably too deep to go into right now to keep this presentation within a good time frame. But just know that your Google Ads campaign can impact your Google My Business listing, and we can measure the results from that there as well. So let's say you're measuring conversions and you have these numbers here, but you also have those ad groups. If we go back to, if you kind of pull back in your memory, the part of the presentation we talked about breaking down your campaign into different, very specific concepts and ad groups, you can see here that different ad groups have different numbers of conversions. We can see that the folks who typed in the keyword wedding expo got the most conversions in this campaign's time frame. You can see that the people who typed in the word bridal event had the lowest cost per conversion for this campaign. This is really, really powerful because this gives you data and information to know, hey, which concepts are people typing in most often? People in this particular case are using the phrase wedding expo. That's what's natural to them in their area. But if we look at cost per conversion, where are we getting the most leads for our dollars? Bridal event is actually the concept that people are converting at the lowest cost on. So you can take this information and you can use the phrase wedding expo on your website if that's what people are actually searching and have conceptually in their mind, in their heart, because that's the phrase they use. Maybe you call it a bridal fair or whatever it is. Anyway, you get the idea. You can take the information and you can use that language on your website to help relate to people more. But the most important thing here is that we're looking at what our lowest cost per conversion is based on keyword concept, and that's bridal event. If you ever need to spend less money or cut your budget back, you can focus on that concept and promote that concept more so that you can get more results for your money. The key takeaway is, and no matter what business you run, when you break down your ad groups, very specifically, and you measure conversions, your business, no matter what it is, you can find out what keyword concepts and what conceptual things people are converting at the lowest cost on. So I never, ever, ever want you to run a Google Ads campaign without conversion tracking. We want to use the data that we're measuring and tracking to get more results for less money. It's the most powerful thing, and it makes me so excited because good business data has changed my life, and it's enabled me to use that data to change other people's lives as well. So if conversion data, keyword concepts, ad groups, and ad copy don't excite you as much as they excite me, that's totally okay, and I'd actually like to offer to help you. I created the I Do Society a long time ago after I started helping folks with their ad campaigns because of what it did for my life and for me as a business owner in the wedding industry. And I wanted to help more people, and we've been doing that for a really long time. The I Do Society's exclusive focus is on helping small businesses in the wedding industry run, create, optimize, and get great results from paid ad campaigns. We don't do web development or organic SEO. We focus on one thing and we do it extremely well. My focus of my business and the foundational qualities of who we are being trustworthy and experienced. And I have an amazing team of advertising professionals who are ready to help and can create great campaigns for you quickly and effectively. And we always share everything that's going on with your campaigns. There's tons of transparency. We kind of work alongside you and we partner with you as you grow your business in lots of other ways too. Even though our focus is on ad campaigns, it bleeds into other areas of your business. And we do such a great job with it. And I'm so proud of my team and what we've built. So I'd love to invite you to visit our website, theidosociety.com, to learn about our team and to learn about our services with advertising and different options for how we can help you advertise your business, get out of a place of burnout when it comes to promoting your business, and use things and tools like Google Ads to reach couples who are actively searching for you and for the services that you offer and the business that you have. It's incredibly powerful. I want to thank you so much for being a part of this presentation and watching this information, and I wish you all the success.